I'm back in the saddle again. Some Somebody commented that I should do more singing. Don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you, as always, from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And no, this is not a video about me singing, nor would you want it to be. You know, it's funny. I actually used to sing a lot in junior high and high school. I played the part of Snoopy in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and you know, I can't sing a worth a lick now. Oh well, there you have it. Anyhow, today we're going to be doing a diecast. It's been a while, and I've been jonesing to do this. Now, a friend of mine sent me this. Mitch, look familiar? Mitch made the critical mistake of sending that and saying he'd like it either restored or to just do whatever I want to do. Horrible, horrible mistake, because, you know, that's like just an open challenge. So I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Let's get to work. All right, so like I said, Mitch sent me this GMC motorhome, and we're going to do something fun and unusual with it. At any point in this video, before it's obvious, take a guess at what I'm going to do with this thing. Put it down in the comments below. No cheating. Make sure you do it before it becomes obvious. Otherwise, the point is moot. So see if you can figure out what I'm going to do here, because it's not going to be this weird little orange Palm Beach motorhome. It's going to be something special. Okay, so anyhow, as always, we'll go ahead and start by getting this apart. It's got one post and a little hook at the back. This is a newer casting, so it's got a plastic base and black wall wheels. The body's in pretty good shape. The glass is solid, so that's always a plus. I really don't like plastic bases. I find them really hard to get apart, okay? Because if you drill too far, which is really easy to do, you're going to have to use like a washer, you know, an industrial strength size washer to put it back together. And if you don't go far enough, it's really hard to get the cars apart. But I managed to get this one apart. We have a really, actually very nice chrome plastic base, so I'm not going to do anything to that. Black wall wheels. Hey, listen, Bright Vision, please make us some black wall wheels, okay? I'll buy a couple hundred from you, okay? Make some mediums, some larges, and some of those drag slicks, please. So everybody start asking Bright Vision to make black walls for us, okay? Because we really need them, especially hub style, so they'll work with the hot swap hubs. Oh, man, would that be perfect, huh? Okay, so anyhow, it's got a pretty detailed interior, which I didn't expect. It's got solid glass, and you know, that's it. The interesting part of the whole thing was how that third axle, the one in the middle, is held in. It's not clipped into the base like the front and the rear is. It's just kind of set in there and held in place by notches in the base and the interior piece. So a little interesting thing there. Post is really skinny, so I'm using 172 screws along with the appropriate drill bit and stuff. After using my Vix bits to prep the post, I can then go ahead and drill it out safely and cleanly, and then I'll go ahead and get this thing tapped so it'll take a screw. As I was getting ready to do this one, I hadn't used the 172 tap in a while. Mine's really beat up. As soon as I'm done with this video, I got to order a couple more taps just so I have some on hand. All right, so there's no warm liquid goo. Thank you, Citrus Strip, for nothing. All we have is stripper, into which I will place the body. Yeah. From the wonders of warm liquid goo to this. Thanks a pantload, Citrus Strip. Okay, so while the body sits in the boring Citrus Strip, I might as well turn my attention to the glass. It really, it needs to be polished, but it's not so bad that it needs sanding. So I'm just going to break out the Flitz and a corner of a paper towel, and I'm just going to polish this thing up, and then I'm going to go ahead and run it through Gauzy. But once again, Flitz to the rescue. It will polish anything. I mean, seriously, you could probably get a rock and take Flitz to it, and you would end up with a gemstone or something like that. So, yeah, just a little dab will do ya, and a little corner of my blue shop towel, and I just kind of burnish it in, and then polish it off. And honestly, most often, that's all it takes. But because there's so much glass in this casting, it must be dipped in the Gauzy, okay? So I'll polish it, then I'll get out a microfiber towel here, and I'll just buff it out really nice, and it's going to look fantastic. But we're still going to Gauzy. So if you go back in time to the very first time you saw me use Gauzy, I am just now opening a new jar. And I still have some left in the old one. I'm just going to plop it into the new jar. But that's how long this stuff lasts. And it really is magic with glass for diecast cars or models or what have you. This stuff is amazing. If you're not using it, you are missing out. Boy, it's been a long time. You've seen me use this for a very, very long time. And I love it. And I'm just now opening a new container. Anyhow, after a double dip to get both ends, I wick off the excess, put it in my onion saber, and we can let that dry. As long as I'm tending to the minutia, I'm going to go ahead and deal with the wheels. Now, since Bright Vision has not made us black walls yet, I'm going to do red lines. Should have been a red line. That's what this is going to be. Now, that's not the theme, and so that's not what you should be putting down. You should still be trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this thing. But it is going to be a should have been a red line, too, because it's going to get 6 medium chrome red line wheels on it using hot swap hubs, because I think that's going to look totally bitchin'. I really am excited about that idea. So I'm pulling out hot swap hubs, and then what I'll do is I'll get out a pair of little nippers, and I'll start nipping away the old wheels and get all them replaced. Here I'm just plucking out the 6 medium chrome deep dish wheels. That is going to look so awesome. I'm really excited about this part of it. It's going to be very, very fun. So anyhow, we got the hot swap hubs and the wheels. Now we can go ahead and get all the old ones off. Now, I don't use my good Tamiya nippers because I don't want to break them. And yes, believe it or not, those blades are so fine and sharp that they will break. And so I'm using an old pair of like Testors side cutters for cutting sprues. And I'm using them to nip away the wheels from the axles. Be careful you don't damage your axle, but you just kind of nip the wheel away from the axle so that you have a nice, fresh, clean axle to put the hot swap hubs on. Okay, so I'm going to put the hot swap hubs on, and what I've found is that by using a pair of needle nose, I can hold the back half of the hub with the slit facing away from the end of the needle nose pliers. And then I just want to catch a corner onto the axle so it holds itself in place. and then I can use my finger to pop it on the rest of the way. It takes a little finesse and a little practice, but trust me, you'll get it, and these are amazing. Best thing ever. So now that I've got the hubs on, I can dig into my stash for some Bright Vision chrome deep dish medium wheels, and I just press them onto the hubs, and lo and behold, I've got brand new wheels on my casting. These hot swap hubs truly are the best thing to come along in die-cast restoration in a very, very long time, and the only thing at this point that would eclipse it is black wall wheels, Bright Vision, okay? Black wall wheels. We need them. We want them. I'll buy a lot, and I'll say something about them every time I make a video. So you should be able to make your money out of them. Okay, anyhow, let's move on. Okay, you're almost going to run out of time to figure out what we're going to do with this casting. I'll give you a hint. I'm going to paint it like a light blue. Okay? There's a hint. Still, you got to put your guess in before it's given away, which is coming up pretty quickly. So put your guess in the comments down below. Don't cheat. The car is out of the stripper. I've washed it, and now I can take a look at it. And because it's going to be opaque paint on here, I don't really need to do anything else to it. And here it is. I'm going to make a mystery machine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you guess it? Did anybody guess it? Did anybody get that I was going to make this into a red line mystery machine? I got these decals from Second Chance Redlines on eBay. They're fantastic. And I figured I could find some way to make them work. And, you know, now that I've got them, I've trimmed them down, and I can just kind of work them around and put them in different places until I come up with something that I like, and then we can forge ahead. Once I've got this all figured out, I'll take the casting over to the paint booth, and using Tamiya light blue paint, I'm just going to put down a light blue, and then we can go ahead and get decaling. Okay, so while the paint is drying, I'm going to turn my attention to the interior. There's a lot of detail in this interior, and I didn't expect that. So I need to do something with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it all flat brown using Tamiya flat brown paint, because I'm thinking wood paneling. This is an old GMC motorhome, and I'm sure it was loaded with wood paneling. So I'm going to paint this all brown, then we'll bring in some highlights and details to tie it all in together as the mystery machine. Okay, so here it is. This was straight light blue from Tamiya. Just thinned it down with X20 and some leveling thinner, let it dry, and now we're going to go ahead and throw on the mystery machine decals the way I had figured out that I wanted to do it. And look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is looking so good. That lime green against the powder blue. Oh man, I'm really cranked about this whole idea. Mitch, I hope right about now you're getting excited about this thing, okay? I really hope that this is something you're going to like, because I really appreciate everything you do for me, and getting me different things that I'm looking for. So I really hope this is going to be something that you love. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and put the water slide decals on. Just dip them in the water, slide them in place, make sure they're set, and then because there is a lot of curving and details and stuff, got to make sure you use some setting solution. So with the decals on and totally dry, I can go ahead and apply the clear coat on this thing to make sure it looks nice and shiny and wet. I apologize about the blown out nature of the video. I've been moving cameras around, and I forgot that I put a brand new camera here, and because I can't see it on a monitor when I'm filming over at the paint booth, I didn't realize that I had forgotten to change the settings. I'll get it fixed for the next time I'm over in the paint booth. But I do apologize for this. But we're going to get the clear on, then we'll set this aside to dry, and then we can turn our attention back to the interior. So I've decided that all of the vinyl surfaces would be lime green to match the outside of the Mystery Machine. So I'm going to go through and we're going to paint all the seats and bench seats and whatnot. They're all going to get lime green. Most of the other stuff is going to be left in the brown to simulate wood. I will put a little black on the steering wheel and on the burners at the little stove, and then I'll paint in the sink. This is really going to get lost in the translation because this is all going to be hidden behind blue glass. So it's not really going to stand out that well. You'll see in the glamour shots at the end, though. You can see it, okay? You can see inside of it. So it was worth doing. It's just, you're not going to see it that well. But hey, sometimes the details are for your own gratification, and that's, I think, what's happening here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and assemble this, and we can call it a day. Drop the glass in, put the interior in, put the body on. Truth in advertising. I screwed up the clear coat here. Okay, let me take you back. The little warming lamp I used to dry my cars, the bulb had died, and so it's got a lower power bulb in, and that is impacting the drying times, and I guess I wasn't paying full attention, and I was able to put fabric texture print in the roof with this glove that I wear to protect the paint. I actually damaged the paint because it was still just a little soft. And so after I got all this together, I ended up having to color sand it a little bit and polish it back out. But it came out fantastic, as you'll see in the glamour shots. But yeah, I did screw it up a little bit. Just got a little bit ahead of myself. I got to get the correct light bulb. I need a 40 watt in that little lamp. So anyhow, there it is. All right, there she is, the new Mystery Machine for the Scooby-Doo clan. It's funny because they had a big brouhaha about it. And Shaggy wanted to call it the Shaggy Wagon. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I know that's just the worst joke in the world. Anyhow, fortunately for us, Shaggy was voted down, and it remains the Mystery Machine, but they've got some new stuff going there, and I think it's pretty cool. I hope you loved this video. If you did, please give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. Mitch, I'm going to hang on to this for a couple weeks to make sure the paint's fully cured before I wrap it and ship it, so just be patient. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope the rest of your day is phantasmically amazing. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.